12 o'clock with our last playoff-eligible football team of the day. And first off, I'd like to address all LSU fans out there. Dr. Cox put it your playoff chances the best.
Never. Not in a million years. Absolutely not. No way, Jose. No chance, Lance. And yet, negatory. Nah. And of course, my own personal favorite of all time, man falling off of a cliff. No!
You are not going to make the playoffs. I hate to break it to you, LSU fans, but it's supremely unrealistic. Technically speaking, it could happen, but you'd need a lot of football teams to lose. It just is super unrealistic. So no, I'm not talking about your games because you're not a playoff-eligible football team. No team has ever made it with 2 losses. You are not going to be the first. Indiana, who's 3-6, is traveling to number 2 Ohio State, who is 9-0. Ohio State favored by 40 points on Fox. Connor Bazelak for Indiana has gone 208 to 379, thrown for 2,099 yards, 12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Sean Shivers on the ground has had 106 carries for 399 yards and 4 touchdowns. Cam Camper has had 46 catches for 569 yards and 2 touchdowns. CJ Stroud for Ohio State has gone 169 to 249, thrown for 2,453 yards, 29 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Mayan Williams on the ground has had 102 carries for 636 yards and 12 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison Jr. has had 53 catches for 834 yards and 10 touchdowns. Oh my God. Ohio State 77-12 all-time against Indiana. The last 26 games have gone to Ohio State, ranging from 1991 to 2021. 1987 was the last time Indiana won at Ohio State. It's been a while. And Indiana hasn't been all that close. Outside of the COVID year, Indiana has been struggling. Both these teams are coming off rough weeks. Ohio State obviously are still undefeated, but they had a rough game against Northwestern where a lot of that could be due to the weather. I mean, the weather was pretty goddamn atrocious in that game. It was awful. The winds, the rain, it was just a bad football game they played in. But Ohio State didn't really dominate in that game like a lot of people thought they would, to be fair. Again, the conditions had a lot to do with that, but they only won 21-7. This is a chance for Ohio State to get back on the national radar, especially against an Indiana team that is sliding. 5-game losing streak. And Indiana is just looking rough right now. They're coming off a drubbing against Penn State, where Drew Aller, the backup quarterback for Penn State, was taking snaps halfway through the third. So it was not the greatest showing for Indiana. It was a game where Connor Bazelak was out, and Jack Tuttle, their backup quarterback, ended up getting hurt, and he went out. Just a bad game all around for Indiana. Unfortunately enough for them, Connor Bazelak is supposed to be healthy enough for this game. It would have to be a miracle, right? Like, theoretically speaking, I mean, Ohio State is coming off 2 weeks where they struggled, I guess, so, like, you could put that in perspective, but I think that's going to make them want the win even more, right? It's going to make them, like, feel the need to absolutely dominate Indiana, especially if the conditions are not supposed to be as bad as they were in Northwestern. Indiana's it's a team that's sliding. To be fair, Northwestern was a team that was sliding last week, but they were helped out a lot due to the weather. This is an Indiana team that is going to continue to slide. This is an Ohio State team that has playoff aspirations and no one really in their way until Michigan. Give me Indiana to lose and Ohio State to cover at home.